All right, let's go to Kelly is in Charlottesville in Virginia. Hi, Kelly. How are you? We're glad you called.
Hi, Sean, and thanks for taking my call. And I would say on behalf of our president, thank you for making talk radio great again.
You're very kind to say so. I'm not. Listen, we're doing our part here, and we're holding them accountable. And so, anyway, what's going on?
Well, Sean, what I'd like to see is when the Trump administration does tax reform, that they repeal the words federal and government from programs and replace them with taxpayer. So when we see something like the federal student loan program, it would actually be the taxpayer student loan program. Or government subsidized housing would become taxpayer subsidized housing. I just think there's too many people that think that the government has endless amounts of money, and they have no money except our money. And I think we really need to, I guess I should say, re-educate the Democrats and the liberal media on this point.
Listen, the president is doing some amazing and fundamental, basic and necessary things as it relates to limiting the size and scope and influence of government. One is the hiring freeze. Two is they're going to pare down the federal workforce. Three is we're going to cut by over 50% the money that we're giving to the United Nations. Four is he's going through every single cabinet position, every single bureaucracy, and he's willing to have significant, real, dramatic cuts to limit the size, scope, and influence of government. Add to that getting rid of regulations. If we can ever get to this tax bill, which I think is priority one right after we get finished with Obamacare, repeal, replace, then, things are going to be moving in the right direction. And that's what's so frustrating. Imagine if the president would have been able to come out, they had hammered out all their differences behind the scenes. No bill is going to be perfect. No one congressman or senator is going to get everything they want. But if they built a consensus that would work for the American people, drive down costs, increase competition, create incentives for new paradigms to emerge, like in Wichita, Kansas, then we'd all be better off, and it would have been an immediate win. Now they are at risk of having this not pass because of their stubbornness. And at that point, it becomes an epic fail, and it will be an embarrassment they have created for the president. But it's really an embarrassment for themselves. And it's sad that the president now is wasting all of his time now trying to fix this mess. I don't blame him. He's not in charge of the legislative branch of government. He's in charge of the executive branch. And they knew this opposition existed. We telegraphed it for weeks before they released it. I told a lot of people behind the scenes what existed. So this was not a surprise to them. Anyway, let's get to our phones. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. As we say hi, Jill, Silver City, North Carolina. Jill, how are you? Glad you called.
I'm glad I got through. Sean, I just wanted to say, I hear